Good afternoon and welcome here to Cove for this Cork County Under-14 B hurling final between the East Cork representatives Killeagh and the city representatives Delany Rovers. Both teams are all at the moment, getting ready to come out into this very cold, very strong, windy day indeed. As this little boy down here doesn't take any notice because he's, I think it's a boy anyway, well wrapped up from the weather. But it's very, very strong wind blowing up here at the top of Cove, which you can see by the flags, and it's blowing from right to left. A nice sized crowd coming in here this afternoon to see these young lads playing, and hopefully the wind won't interfere too much with the game. As we get a few of them to pose for us in front of the camera. I'm not too sure whether they're from Delany. More here posing for the camera. As I said, not too sure where all these people are from Delany's or from Killeagh, but with both teams, green and white being their colours, it's very hard to really know from which side they're supporting. But you can see, rather than huddling up there by the pavilion because the wind is blowing from that side of the field. And I think probably a good day after I explain to him all about the game, what it's all about. Maybe he'll be a hot piece there. Looking forward to a very good game here this afternoon, as I said, and we hope the wind won't interfere with it too much for these young players. They're still getting talked on inside, probably getting last words of encouragement and a piece of advice from their mentors. One blowing the whistle there, calling the players out onto the field. I'm sure he doesn't want to stay out there too much in the cold either. Ladies there waiting for the game to start. All up here trying to get some shelter because I say it is a very, very strong wind. Well, with the Killeagh team coming out onto the field here, we'll give you their line out as we have it at hand. In goals, Adrian Budds. Right cornerback Conor Lynch. Full-back Michael Fury. And the left cornerback is James Landers. Half-back liners on the right Aidan Clifford. Centre Damien Irwin. And on the left Dennis Hickey. In centre field you have Timmy Scanlon and Larry McCarthy. Half-forward line is number 10 Thomas Tracy on the right. Centre is Frank Leahy and Aidan O'Keefe. Full forward line Coleman Murray, and our captain Coleman Galvin is number 14 and full forward, and Gerald Scully, and that's the Killeagh line out as you see them out there waiting to get their photograph taken. The substitutes with Killeagh, and they have a good few substitutes. They have Dick Galvin, Mark Landers, Pat Welch, Derd Desmond, Kieran Scully, Gerald Regan, Andrew Kelly, Alan McCarthy, Tom Kelly, Kevin Ducey, Timmy Collins and Eugene Kent. As their teddy bear has been brought out there for the photograph, the mascot I'm sure for these young underage players. And it's a pity the wind is blowing, I'm maybe overemphasizing it, but it's a pity the wind is blowing so much because it's excitement for these young boys to get into a county final. And it would be nice to have better conditions. Out come this other team in this final, and that's of course Delany Rovers coming down from the Cork City division. And we'll give you a rundown of the Delany Rovers team. You have, and unfortunately the Delany Rovers are lining out with very strange numbers indeed as such. They're not numbered as per the line out in the team. So if during the first few minutes of the game or so I'm inclined to get a bit confused, be patient and give me a chance to get into it. But anyway, you have in the goals you have John Lehan, right corner Kieran Leslie, full-back Conor Dunn, and the left corner Raymond Hackett. And Buck, right half-back, centre-back Kenneth Kiley, and Ken Long is the left half-back. Centre field Paul Cummins and George Healy. And Michael Morrissey here, even though he's wearing number 2, he's up in the right half-forward position. Richard Hyde wearing 7 is in centre forward, and Tim Cotter on the left. The full forward line is Michael Barry wearing 13, probably one of the few players in the position, with John Gearn, or Guern, I think it's Gearn, that's how you pronounce it, in the full forward, and Gerard O'Mahony wearing 12, the half forward. Substitutes with Delaney's you have Pat Murphy, Vincent O'Sullivan, Brian McNamara, Owen O'Regan and Kieran O'Sullivan. And they're the line-outs for this afternoon for this County B hurling final. Paddy Cronin, I think, is the referee for the afternoon. Paddy, a very well-known referee throughout the county indeed. as the players bounce around trying to get warmed up to try and get away from this court. Out to get around the middle of the field now at the moment, waiting for get the game started. And the mentors out there as well, looking after them, giving them advice. I see out there Tommy Seward from Killeagh, Paddy Cronin having a chat with the players as well. And the field looks fairly heavy. I'm sure it's quite heavy out there at the moment. Substitutes here sitting on the bench. Killeagh on this side, and probably Delany's gone out to the far side. And the teddy bear is brought down here. Backs and forwards go back to their position and into their positions. Centre fields stay there. Paddy Cronin is called Tommy Seward there, asking him something or other. I'm not too sure of that. Sean Tracy there as well, I see on his right. And we're waiting for Paul Cummins. Yes, Paul Cummins coming out to centre field now for Delaney's. Remember, Paul Cummins is wearing number 11 and George Healy is wearing number 18 in centre field for Delaney's. And as I said, the numbers are just a little bit confusing at the moment, but we'll try and get into it as best as we can. Already, Timmy Scanlon and Larry McCarthy centre field for Killeagh on the left, and playing with two very strong gale in this first half. You have Delany Rovers now centre field for them. You have Paul Cummins and George Healy. Checking around to make sure all the players are in position and waiting to get this game underway. Checking his watch, checking his notebook. And I don't think there'll be any real need to write many names in the notebook in this game this afternoon with these underage players. And the ball is in and the game is on, and coming back to it is George Healy, first to get it away for Delaney's. Now Richard Hyde trying to get it, but Richard can't get to it, and the ball is breaking loose on the side, and Damien Irwin getting it out. Larry McCarthy trying to get it on for Killeagh, and doubled on and got away by Timmy Scanlon. Going back after is Kinlong, and Kinlong now getting it out for Delaney's. But it's Franklin he coming back in for Killeagh. Franklin he getting it in. The ball pretty hard to follow out there because it's sinking down into the very heavy ground indeed. But Delaney's now coming back up into attack. Cleared out by the cornerback and Aidan Clifford. But now coming over here to George Healy, and George Healy, a very good long attacking ball in for Delany Rovers, breaking away over to the left side of the field. Coming out after it is the full forward, and that's of course John Gearan. John Gearan with the full back Michael Fury. The ball seems to be gone out. John Gearan not very happy with that. Hits it out to the side because it's gone out, and it's the first point of the game. So that time, centre field man George Healy using this very strong wind, driving away up into the corner here, but eventually John Gearan, full forward, couldn't keep it in, and it goes out to the left and it goes wide. Michael Fury to take the puck out. Dropping it out here about 40 yards out. Richard Hyde trying to get to it, he can't. Or it's not, it's George Healy, I should say. George Healy now eventually getting it on the second go into Richard Hyde this time it is. Richard Hyde getting away from Damien Irwin. Richard Hyde, oh well hooped by Damien Irwin there from Killeagh. And the ball comes back out to George Healy. Back in now again. Rushing across but bringing it out is the full back Michael Fury. Michael Fury getting it away out here from Michael Barry, or I should say Gerard O'Mahony, the corner forward. And it goes out over the line, and it's a line ball to be taken by Paul Cummins from Delaney's. Paul Cummins about 35 metres out. A very nice sideline cut indeed, dropping on his gear, put on its side, and got, it comes off the crossbar back into play and back out by Adrian Budds. And that time Michael Barry, the corner forward, got a hurley to it, but it hit the upright and back into the play and cleared out by the goalkeeper Adrian Budds. And getting away out in the far side now is James Landers. But James Landers dropped by Michael Barry into Michael Morrissey. Michael Morrissey turns, his shot is blocked down by the half-back Dennis Hickey, and it goes out over the line, and it's a line ball. But danger there for Killeagh that time from a very nice ball floated across from a sideline cut by Paul Cummins, and Paul is to take another one here, and he says, would you remove the flag so I can take it. This time he misses the ball completely, goes back, and again he hits it on the second one. A nice one dropping around, kept in play by James Landers. Damien Irwin getting it out a bit further. Paul Cummins can't control it, and is breaking around the middle. Now coming back is Timmy Scanlon. Aidan O'Keefe trying to help out. Aidan O'Keefe going to cross over after it, and Aidan trying to keep it in without over the line. But it's George Healy, and George Healy very strong for Delany. Sends it again, but George, as I said, very strong, but too strong that time. Sends it out to the right and wide. And we have 3 minutes of this half gone. Delaney's putting on the pressure, using the wind at the moment. Michael Fury to take the puck out. Michael hits it away out to the side of the field. Coming down to Tim Cotter. Tim Cotter, and with him is Aidan Clifford. But Richard Hyde now with Aidan Clifford. Aidan Clifford getting it back. Richard Hyde doubling on it, gets it only a very short one. And Damien Irwin gets it out, but still you can see how hard they're finding to hit the ball on the ground, because the ground seems to be very, very cut up indeed. Down the ground is Aidan Clifford, and pulling is Richard Hyde. Ball bouncing around and off of him, but eventually it's cleared out by the centre field man, Larry McCarthy, out as far as Gerald Scully, I think it is. Gerald Scully trying to get Killeagh into attack, and the ball breaks away out to the far side. Catching it is Kieran Leslie into his hand. Kieran drops it, but it's cleared out eventually. It's not gone very far now, because it's Killeagh coming back into attack again. Aidan O'Keefe getting it in. In as far as the captain, Coleman Galvin, and Coleman Galvin's shot is breaking down the square. Double on here and trying to get it. Coleman Murray. Coleman Murray with the corner back. Raymond Hackett. Raymond Hackett getting it away with him, putting him under pressure, and eventually goes out over the end line. Chance there for Killeagh, coming up, moving the ball along the ground. Coleman Galvin, their captain, getting it in, but Coleman Murray, another Coleman, just couldn't get to it in time, and it goes out over the end, and it's a 65 in to Killeagh. Be taken by the centre back, Damien Irwin. And I see a lot of names here, as I know, the Killeagh players, that, you know, the tradition in the families I see down through the years. David Irwin sending this one high, it's swinging out towards the left, trying to keep it in over there. Is the corner forward. Gerald Scully comes across again out to Coleman Motorway, takes a shot, but it's breaking. Paul Cummins watches it bounce out and out to the right and wide. And 2 balls there now coming in fairly quick to Coleman Motorway, but Coleman Motorway just couldn't get to it in time, and that one went out and wide as well. Out around the middle of the field. Coming out to it and letting it bypass him that time was Dennis Hickey. With him is Michael Morrissey. Over now to Timmy Scanlon. Timmy Scanlon with George Healy. They're both tussling hard over there for it. George Healy picking that one up very nice, and in these conditions, but his shot is blocked down. And O'Keefe gets it away. Ken Killeagh coming out here over it. A nice throw run by Ken Killeagh, but he catches it twice in his hand. Oh, he was so unlucky that time. He went to strike the ball, but he hit the back of the holiday and came back in, and he automatically caught it in his hand and gave away a free. And now it's Damien Irwin take a free here for Killeagh. Damien sending this one, a fairly good one up against a strong wind. Thomas Tracy trying to get it. Tom Tracy hitting it on into the middle. Coming out now is Coleman Galvin. Coleman Galvin trying to get away from Conor Dunn. He drops it. Tries to pick it up the second time. Ball just bouncing around, getting stuck in the mud again, and eventually it breaks away over around the far side of the field. Now Aidan O'Keefe coming out for Killeagh, and Killeagh against this wind, putting on a lot of pressure. Oh, good block down by Alan Buck that time, but Aidan O'Keefe gets it in a second time. Kieran Leslie can't get it, and there's a chance here for Coleman Galvin, and Coleman's shot, but Tom Tracy is inside before the ball, and it's a free out. Or it could have been Gerald Scully that time, with all the blue helmets in there and getting slightly mixed up with some of the Killeagh players. But that time it's a free out for being inside before the ball to be taken by John Lehan, the goalkeeper. John swinging it away over to the far side of the field. Aidan O'Keefe, the half forward, trying to hit it, but the ball again stuck in the mud. Alan Buck getting it, but very close to the line. George Healy picks it up, but the whistle is gone because I think it has gone out over the line. It's a line ball to I'm not too sure yet. I think it's to Killeagh. Timmy Scanlon going off to take it. Timmy low one along the ground. Paul Cummins can't control it. Paul trying to pick it up. He gets it into George Healy, and George Healy controlling it very well since Delaney's back into attack again. Michael Fury coming over it now. Michael Fury bringing it out. Michael getting it and clearing it out for Killeagh. Added on a little bit by Timmy Scanlon. And George Healy again getting it back into attack for Delany. Ball breaking around the middle of the field and cleared away by Damien Irwin. Tom Tracy with Ken Long. Tom Tracy getting it in. Kieran Leslie trying to get to it. Coleman Galvin gets it, and eventually it's Conor O'Donnell, and Conor O'Donnell giving a good long delivery and a clearance out as far as centre field, where Timmy Scanlon gets it. George Healy now trying to get it. Timmy Scanlon again, and eventually cleared away by Alan Buck. Richard Hyde tries to double on the face, so the ball stuck in the mud, but he got it going on the second turn. Or to Aidan Clifford hitting it out over the line, and it's a line ball. And sometimes, as I said, it's very, very hard to follow this ball in the conditions. You see the hurleys going, you see a lump of mud going, you think it's the ball, and you follow it and you find the ball is still behind you. Paul Cummins. Doubled on by Richard Hyde. Damien Irwin getting it back out again for Killeagh. And very good game this is with these young players. As in the conditions, they're really fighting very hard and trying their best. And there's also a fair amount of skill between them. Paul Cummins getting this one in, dropping it in, trying to get Delany's moving in attack. Coming out and a nice shot in, but it's blocked down inside by Michael Fury. The ball breaking around the square. Coming on is Richard Hyde. Richard Hyde takes, oh, what a lovely save inside. Oh, great save inside there by Adrian Budds. Richard Hyde hitting a marvellous shot off the ground, and Adrian Budds was equal to it and got it back out, and eventually clearing it out here to the corner for Killeagh. James Landers getting it out a little bit further out over the line, and it's a line ball. And of course, James Landers, the left corner back for Killeagh, is a brother of Catherine Landers, the captain of the Cork Camogie team who won the All-Ireland this year. This ball breaking out the square. Danger here, it comes out as far as the foot forward, and it's gone out to the right and wide. John Gearan that time just couldn't control it. The ball bounces out to the right and wide. So Killeagh have 1 wide so far in the game. Delaney's have 3 wides. And Delaney's, remember, with a very strong wind favouring them in this first half. Richard Hyde sending this one, it looked good, but as the wind caught it and brought it out to the left, and it goes wide. And I make it 9 minutes of the play gone. Michael Fury taking it, not a very long one, gets the win. Michael Mossy coming through, the ball's bouncing danger down the square. Michael Mossy tries to get to it a second time, but Michael Fury clearing it out, going out towards the left hand side. Paul Cummins has it up in his hands, and Paul Cummins sending it back in again. Killeagh under a tremendous amount of pressure. Just here Michael Mossy sending it dangerously across, but it goes out again, hits the side netting and goes wide. And Delany Rovers now putting up a lot of wides, one after the other here in this game so far, with just around 5 minutes or 10 minutes of the play gone. No score yet. Michael Fury again to get a puck out. Dropping about 40 metres out. Gerald Scully, number 15 for Killeagh, see how far back he is helping out. Michael Mossy coming in, dead in! Oh, very nice. Michael Mossy tapped it in, and that time Gerald O'Mahony just gave it a little flick, and Adrian Budds inside had no hope whatsoever as it passed him in, meters out. Gerald Scully, number 15 for Killeagh, see how far back he is helping out. Michael Mossy coming in, dead in! Oh, very nice. Michael Mossy tapped it in, and that time Gerald O'Mahony just gave it a little flick, and Adrian Budds inside had no hope whatsoever as it passed him in, and the opening score in 10 minutes out of the first half is Delany Rovers 1 goal, Killeagh no score, and that one came from a ball which was flicked on, and eventually the corner forward Gerald O'Mahony finished it off into the net. Out as far as Dennis Hickey for Killeagh. Aidan O'Keefe now doubling on it. Can Killeagh come back and get a score again? Frank Leahy getting it on a bit. Ken Long trying to get it out. Now comes to Frank Leahy again. Frank Leahy shot is blocked down, and Ken Kiley going away with it now over to the far side of the field. But Killeagh getting it back in again now as it goes back to Alan Buck for Delaney. As I say, we're finding it harder times to fire the ball, but we're back with it again now. Out over the line by Dennis Hickey, and it's a line ball. They hopped off one of the Delany players there going out, and to be taken by Timmy Scanlon. Timmy won along the ground again. Paul Cummins can't control it. Aidan O'Keefe is back helping out. Aidan's shot runs to Frank Hickey, but getting it away is Ken Kiley. Back to Aidan O'Keefe again, and Paul Cummins. Aidan O'Keefe getting it. Aidan O'Keefe doing a lot of damage against Delaney's over that left wing there at the moment, but it's Delaney's coming in. Michael Fury out very, very far from his full back position, bringing out this ball. Out out now as far as Timmy Scanlon. Timmy Scanlon trying to hit it overhead, high up into the wind. I should say Dennisicki getting it. Paul Cummins very close to the line, back in by Timmy Scanlon, and hard putting over there by Larry McCarthy on George Healy, and the referee says it's free and simple. Healy is there to take it. George says this one a very long one using the wind, and again it just goes to the right and wide. 1 goal to Delaney's, no score to Killeagh. Delaney's have put over 6 wide so far in the game. Killeagh put 1 wide. Michael Fury. This one low and into the heart of the wind to try and get it out a bit further. Paul Cummins over there with Timmy Scanlon. Double down by Aidan O'Keefe. Gerald Scully coming out searching for it now. Gerald Scully moving away, trying to get away from Alan Buck, and he gets a nice attacking ball in way down the left wing. Kieran Leslie can't control it, and it's got on in a little bit further for Killeagh. But Conor Dunn, the fullback, reading it and sending it out, and go added a bit further by Paul Cummins. Paul's shot is blocked down. Alan Buck again. Paul Cummins trying to go back to pick it up, and Paul seems to have plenty of time clearing it, and a good long attacking clearance of this, coming way down into the middle of the field. Now trying to run onto it is Michael Barry, the corner forward, but getting it over with James Landers. Michael Morrissey. A race over the side here with it. Michael Marcy putting with it, and a very hard, strong putting there now. Michael Marcy trying to get it up, coming in to help out. It's the other corner back to the Ticky. Ball breaking down very close to the line. It still hasn't gone out. Aidan Clifford getting it a little bit further. Now it's in the Ticky. The Ticky, the right half, or left half back over the side of the field. Trying to pick it up to George Healy. George Healy can't do so. We get to this time now when he can, and frankly he goes through, and George Healy clearing it in again, getting Delaney's into attack. Oh, well caught there in the hand by Damien Irwin. He finishes up all that hustle and bustle, and he sends Killeagh back up. Now Coleman Galvin trying to get it, but Conor Donald is very strong. Aidan O'Keefe, the ball goes down into a hole as he draws on this, can't get it. Alan Buck trying to get it out. Aidan O'Keefe pulling very hard, and it's going out to the side and out of the line. It's a line ball to Delany Rovers. And a lot of very hard, tough holding there in the last few minutes. Alan Buck, a very nice line cut, and some very nice cuts in this game by these young players indeed. George Healy after getting the ball on, but it goes out of the line, and it's another line ball. 14 minutes gone in the game. 1 goal to Delany, no score to Killeagh. Timmy Scanlon taking this one. It's a low one again. Gerard Scully trying to get to it. Referee says there's a free, and it was being held, and it's a free into Killeagh. And as I said, very little frees in this game so far. 2 frees each they've got, and which is very, very little, and these conditions could be quite frustrating to play in. Damien Irwin sending a good ball in, coming over and getting it out. It's Conor, or it's not, it's the centre half back, and that's Ken Kiley. Ken Kiley very strong there as well. But over as far as Dennisicki now getting it on here, and Gerald Scully trying to get it away. Gerald Scully a little bit, and Buck back out again for the Danes. Killeagh coming back into attack again. Thomas Tracy, Ken Long getting it out a bit further, and Michael Morrissey and Dennisicki having a very tough tussle over the far side of the field there. Alan Buck with Aidan O'Keefe. Ball seems to be stuck in around again and not moving very far, because eventually it just goes out of the line, and it's a line ball. Very enjoyable game this. Paul Cummins sending this one back into attack. Ken Delaney's getting here for another score. It's very dangerous. Michael Fury left to go first, but got it on the second attempt, and Damien Irwin clearing it further out for Killeagh. Gerald Scully now. Gerald, who was the corner forward, seems to have moved out half forward, trying to get Killeagh attack. Coleman Galvin trying to get away here. Coleman kicking on one. I think it's Tom Tracy actually. It's Tom Tracy trying to come through with it, but tries to tackle broken up. Now coming out with it is number 19. I think it's Conor Dunn. It's Conor Dunn. Conor Dunn followed by Coleman by the way, but Conor Dunn gets his shot in and clearing it out for the ladies. And that one an attacking shot, that is indeed. Ball breaking across the middle. Damien Irwin getting it. Damien Irwin trying to pass out to Michael Fury. He fails to do so. It bounces off of Conor Lynch. He can't see the ball's going in. Adrian Budds has in his hand. Adrian Budds coming out, clearing it away out to the side. Very close to the line again. It's starting to run. and Killeagh living dangerously when the ball goes down around there. Coming very close to the line. It has gone out. It's a line ball. Paul comes again to take it, and Paul so far has taken some very, very nice sideline balls in this game. This one's low one along the ground, picked up and is cleared out by Timmy Scanlon. Back as fast Paul Cummins himself. Paul Cummins controls that one so nicely, and he takes a lovely looking shot. Oh, it's tapped in. Oh, I thought that one was going to go over the net, but instead it went out, and I think it's gone wide. Or is it 65? I'm not too sure what way the umpire waved there. I thought he waved wide, but I think it was a 65 that it went off the full back, Michael Fury. It is indeed. So today he's win there for 65 in the game. Paul Cummins to take it. Very strong wind. Can Paul drive this one over, drop it dangerously around the square. This one is the low one. Grabbed outside by Richard High or George Healy. George Healy turns and takes a shot. It's broken down. It's doubled down by John Kearn. It's in the net. That time George Healy just hit a low shot along John Kearn, the full forward, doubled on it and put it in the back of the net. Very strong wind. And Paul drive this one over, drop it dangerously around the square. This one is the low one. Grabbed outside by Richard High or George Healy. George Healy turns and takes a shot. It's broken down. It's doubled down by John Kearn. It's in the net. That time George Healy just hit a low shot along John Kearn, the full forward, doubled on it and put it in the back of the net. And we have 18 minutes gone in this first half. Now, Delany's, oh, lovely shot there by Paul Cummins, and it looks very nice. It is indeed. And within a minute, Delany's have got a goal to point. And now maybe they're going to put the pressure on Killeagh. 2 goals and 1 point to Delany Rovers. No score to Killeagh, and 18 minutes gone in this first half. Very quickly, a very well taken point there by the centre field. Boy here for Delany's, Paul Cummins. Back with the play again moment. Got away by Killeagh. Delany's coming looking for another one. Oh, it's ball bounces up off a lump of mud or something inside there. Adrian Budd seemed to have a control, but it went out eventually out to the left and goal. So Delany's now putting on the pressure with 12 minutes to go on this first half. Remember, they have the gate force wind behind them. Paul Cummins and George Healy get mixed up that time. Cleared out by the left corner back Dennis Hickey. Ian O'Keefe getting it a little bit further. Ken Kiley, but this time it was taken away from Ken Kiley. Now it's Ken Long with Tom Tracy. Gerald Scully eventually coming out. Gerald Scully getting to the back and Ken Killy get a score now straight away. Ken O'Donnell coming out onto it. Coleman Galvin, the captain, and full forward with Killeagh trying to get the ball moving. Coleman getting in as far as Raymond Hackett. Raymond Hackett getting away from Coleman more away, and it comes out to the side of the field. Paul Cummins doing so well at centre field with George Healy for Delany. Now it's Richard Hyde and Michael Fury coming to him and gets it away out to the far side. Michael Morrissey getting away and getting Delany's back in, but the shot is blocked down by that time it was Dennis Hickey, but George Healy again getting it, and eventually Delany's coming in. Now it's the other half back, and that's Aidan Clifford getting it out as far as Aidan O'Keefe. Frankly, he's getting it in a bit further for Killeagh. Ken Long getting it out now, and Paul Cummins again there waiting to help and sending Delany's into attack. George Healy, oh, he picked that one up so nice, and he's moving out now trying to make room for himself, followed by Timmy Scanlon. Timmy robs him this time. Lumpevert again went to fight Lumpevert, but there's the ball now. George Healy's shot is half blocked down, coming after himself, and a very, very nice hurler indeed this young player is he takes his shot using the wind, but again a little bit strong, so it's out to the left and wide. Delany Rovers still 2 goals to 1 point. Killeagh no score, and we have 19 minutes of the game gone. And remember also Delany's have put over 9 wides now so far in this first half. Will this be costly for them in the second half? Paul Cummins coming to it. Can't pick it up this time. Gets it away along the ground. But doubled and pulled back out by Damien Irwin. And now it's Killeagh trying to get down into attack. Thomas Tracy trying to come on here, getting away from Ken Long. Thomas Tracy getting the ball in. It's coming in. Well inside side is the goalkeeper, John Lehan. John Lehan seeing it all the way, judging it, sending it out to this side of the field, down the hole, and trying to pick it up was Raymond Hackett, but in that hole he couldn't see it, and it goes back to Tom Tracy again. Tom Tracy comes in, John Lehan breaks it down, it runs across the goal, coming onto his Coleman Galvin, but Coleman can't get to it. John Lehan does and kicks it out over the line, and it's a 65 to Killeagh. But he saved it well, broke it down, but Coleman Galvin going in onto it, couldn't get to it in time, and eventually John Lehan kicks it out over the line, and it's another 65 to Killeagh. And Killeagh now coming back into attack, trying to get a score up before half-time. Damien Irwin to take this. Damien sending this one high in, it's dropping around the square again. Countdown can't get, John Lehan gets out a little bit, a lot of hard putting inside. Ken Kiley gets out, back in by Aidan O'Keefe, back out by Paul Cummins, and Paul Cummins back there again helping out his defence, sent away out the field. Frankly, he getting it in. I think this is Tom Tracy again. Tom Tracy turns and takes a shot. It's dropping in the square again. Coleman Galvin can't get to it. Kieran Leslie does get it out a little bit. Out as far as centre field, or yes, it is the centre field man, and that's Timmy Scanlon with Paul Cummins. But Paul Cummins getting the better of it, and Paul Cummins now coming away for Delaney's, soaring out of the fence, and he gets his shot in and gets it away down and gets Delaney's into attack again. But there was a lot of pressure on Delany Rovers that time from the Killeagh forwards, but they just couldn't get the score as Damien Irwin breaks out through two players there and takes a shot and clears it away again for Killeagh. This game really is hotting up at the moment. It's attack after attack as that ball is broken down, and now Killeagh still, Frankly he coming onto it, Frankly he doubling in and getting it along the ground. Danger here now, Coleman Galvin can't get to it. Michael Barry tries, Coleman Butterway I should say, tries to get to it. Coming out to Frankly he can't pick it the first time. He goes back, can he get a point from this one? He drops it, it's dropping out to the right. It still hasn't gone out, has it? Coleman Motherway has it in his hand, and Coleman gets it back across the square. Can Killeagh get something from this one? Oh, lovely catching and lovely holding there by Conor O'Donnell, and Conor O'Donnell, the fullback, clearing it out for the Delany Rovers. Way back, and look what the wind, how way the wind brings this ball down into attack when it's cleared out from defence. Tim Cotter getting it now for Delaney. Tim's shot is brought down and cleared out by James Landers. James Landers getting it away over and chasing it out, having dropped his helmet is John Gearan, and John Gearan trying to get it into attack now. Michael Barry getting this one across the square, chance here for Gerald Romani, coming out with Adrian Budds, and Adrian Budds gets it out, and Michael Fury now kicking out a bit, but it's back in again, the danger's still not over. Damien Irwin trying to get it out, trying to get it in is Richard Hyde, and Michael Fury coming back. Michael Fury bringing it away out here to the right hand side of the field. Not a very long one, and Richard Hyde ball is down between the legs, and Richard Hyde gets it across the square again into Michael Marcy. Michael Marcy turns and takes a shot. It's going away over to the right hand side, and it's gone wide. So Killeagh on attacking there for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then Delaney's come up and put on another attack, but still both defences are holding out. But Delaney's putting a lot of ball wide, and as I said, when you do a lot of that, you could regret it towards the end of the match. The game is anyway tight whatsoever. Ball running around the middle of the field now. Got back in again, blocked down. Mark Cummins' shot is blocked down. It's going very close to the line. Timmy Scanlon trying to get it away. Coming over to Tom Tracy and got a win again by Frank Leahy. Back to Kinlong. Kinlong very slow and very casually clears this one out as far as Aidan O'Keefe. Aidan O'Keefe now trying to get Killeagh moving in. Back to Paul Cummins. Paul Cummins' shot is going way up into the... John Gearan now coming over here with... And that's Dennis Hickey. Now it's Timmy Scanlon. Timmy Scanlon, but it's taken off by George Healy this time. Ian Clifford can't get to it, and Tim Cotter does. Damien Irwin trying to get it up, but he can't do so, and he gets it on the ground. As you see, a lot of the mentors there going out onto the field, encroaching, giving the boys a little enough space that they have. That's the line ball to be taken again by this very good player, Paul Cummins. The two centre field players for the ladies are very good indeed. This one was probably his worst one so far. He gets it, he hits over Gerald back. Tim Cotter trying to get it in. But with him is Gerald Scully, and Gerald Scully playing very strong, pulling very hard, short of the shoulder, and it's a line ball to Killeagh. In Clifford to take it. A very nice one from Aidan Clifford indeed. Ball breaking on the middle. Tim Cotter getting it on a little bit, but it's gone out over the line again, and it's another line ball to Killeagh. 26 minutes I make it gone in this game. A nice one that time, going away down. Back at Alan Buck trying to get it off for the lead. Back in again by Tom Tracy. And Paul Cummins again, but Paul is breaking loose around the ground. Ken Kiley here getting it. Ken Kiley clearing it out now for Delany. Timmy Scanlon walking very hard in midfield, but unfortunately he's up against two very good players, Paul Cummins and George Healy. Coming back to Ken Kiley again, and Ken Kiley, even though he shot his half block down, gets a good long and into John Cairn turns here. Oh, he misses the first time, he picks it very nicely. A danger here for Killeagh. John Cairn comes through, John Cairn's shot goes over the bar. In that time, Killeagh, a very, very interesting game. John Cairn, the full forward, who was moved out onto the half forward line now for Delany's, picking that one up and almost broke through, but eventually put it over the bar, and I have 27 minutes gone in the first half. 2-2. Delany's. Killeagh got no score yet on the board. But remember, a very, very strong wind with Delany's in this first half. 3 minutes to go to half time, and this very exciting game between these under 14 players. The Cork County B final. Ball coming back in, but it's cleared out by Conor Donald again for Delany Rovers. Back as far as Dennis Hickey. Dennis clearing it out. And I think this is Gerald Scully. As I said, I'm getting a bit mixed up between the three Killeagh forwards there with the blue helmets. Frankly, he's trying to get it now. Aidan O'Keefe, but Aidan O'Keefe gets beaten by Paul Cummins, and frankly he beats him, and now it's coming back to Coleman Galvin. The number 9 gone in the corner there is Larry McCarthy, gone into the corner for Killeagh. Back to George Healy. George Healy sending it out to the centre of the field here. Again it's Timmy Scanlon. Timmy Scanlon trying to get Killeagh back. Can they get a score before half time? About 2 minutes to go to half time. Kieran Leslie just can't get to that one. Larry McCarthy can't either, and eventually comes out to the centre back, Ken Kiley, and Ken Kiley gives a good long delivery and a good long clearance out to Michael Marcy, one of his forwards. Delany's coming back into attack again now. Ball dropped in onto open space here. Got out by Damien Irwin. Running across the field, and there's a race on for here. But coming and stepping over that time with Aidan Clifford, and now got on by Gerard O'Mahony. Michael Fury, the full back. Michael Fury getting it away out here now as far as George Healy again. And now Delany's coming searching for another score before half time. Richard Hyde or Michael Marcy can't double on it. It's got out by Conor Lynch. And eventually the ball coming way out here. Paul Cummins getting it back in again. Michael Barry tried to get it in. And grabbing it and clearing it out is the centre field man, Timmy Scanlon. Timmy Scanlon getting it away out to the far side. Michael Marcy has it up again. And Michael shot is half blocked down by Gerald Scully. Back to Dennis Hickey. And Dennis Hickey, a good long clearance out to the middle of the field for Killeagh. Aidan O'Keefe read that one very well, but back and collecting it and clearing it again is Ken Kiley. His shot is blocked down. He's trying to kick it away and moving away now, Ken Kiley. He's under pressure from Frank Leahy. Very nice there by Frank Leahy. A good hooking and a good pressure indeed. Getting Killeagh into attack. Tom Tracy now getting the ball in. And Donald getting the back out again for Delany. Aidan O'Keefe again for Killeagh. Aidan O'Keefe getting it away off to the side of the field. A race out here now for it. Tom Tracy is hooked again. And Paul Cummins gets it away. And now it comes over here as well. I can't see who that player is for Delany Rovers. Timmy Scanlon trying his best at midfield for Killeagh. Timmy now trying to get away with it. Getting it along the ground. It's Ken Long over there with, and Paddy Cronin as we come to the end of the first half. And a very entertaining first half indeed it is. Killeagh, no score. Delany Rovers, 2 goals and 2 points, and that is the way it is at half time. But remember, Killeagh coming out with this very strong wind in their favour in the second half. Can they get back to win this game, or can Delany's hold out? You can see how strong the flags are blowing there on the far side of the field. And umbrellas up as there's little drops of rain as well coming. Sunshine, rain, wind, a total mixture of weather indeed here in Cork this afternoon. Of course we're very high up, but a very entertaining first half, and I must say some very good players in the field indeed. Paul Cummins for Delany Rovers stands out as being an excellent player. Timmy Scanlon in Killeagh, centre field man, is also playing very hard, but Larry McCarthy wasn't giving him much help in the first half, so he eventually was switched in, and when Gerald Scully came out, he did it a little bit better. We look at a nice rainbow way over here on our left. But Gerald Scully came out to midfield, he did a bit better indeed. Modern Electric, the Rock Middleton, for the best in TV, video and hi-fi. Why not call in to see our choice of TVs and videos at unbeatable prices? Yes, get with the video age and choose your own film from our extensive video library. Enjoy the outdoor sounds on a 2-in-1 stereo or a tape recorder. Or if it's in the car sound you want, then call to us. Modern Electric, the Rock Middleton, or telephone 632-226 for the best value in TVs and videos.
Any special occasion coming up in the future? A wedding, a christening or a party? Then why not contact us, Barry Video Productions, and have it recorded on videotape? We guarantee a professional service and personal attention at all times. Remember, contact us, Barry Video Productions, or telephone 021 883 573.
Welcome back here for the second half with the Killeagh players out in the field. I'm sure eager to get going in this half to see can they bring the county trophy back to East Cork, or can Delany hold out and bring it back to the city division. We've 30 more minutes then to go to find out can Delany's hold Killeagh out. Remember, very, very strong wind, and some of the Killeagh supporters down here. Gerald Scully now out in midfield with Timmy Scanlon. As I said just before half-time there, then when Gerald came out, that Gerald proved to be more dangerous indeed, and he's put a lot of more pressure on George Healy in centre field for Delaney's. Up to then George Healy with Paul Cummins, they were really running the roost indeed at centre field. Paddy Cronin anxious to get this game in, as I see Tommy Seward walking out here towards us. Paddy checking his watch again, checking the book. Paul Cummins and Gerald Scully out in front of us here. Timmy Scanlon and George Healy behind him. And the ball is in and the second half is on, and Paul Cummins again coming away here for Delany. Remember, he played an outstanding part in the first half. Delaney's in this lead. Coming off to John Gearan with no helmet since the middle of the first half, out of the centre half forward now. Ball breaking across over to the middle. Michael Mossy trying to get it in, and eventually it's cleared out by Michael Fury. Out as far as Alan Buck. Alan Buck's ball is broken down, and now it's a Killeagh coming into attack. Tom Tracy getting it away. Doubled on by Timmy Scanlon. Timmy Scanlon himself trying out. Frankly, his shot is blocked down by Ken Kiley, but he gets it along the ground. And Killeagh come down searching for a score straight away, and it's on to say Tom Tracy doubles on and misses it. Ball bouncing around, and eventually it's George Healy clearing it out to Paul Cummins, and Paul Cummins getting on a bit more. Now Timmy Scanlon, and Timmy Scanlon getting it on for Killeagh. Danger here, the ball breaks here. Coleman Galvin, the ball hopping around the square, can they get it in? But John Lehan seeing it and reading it and clearing it away out to the far side of the field. And Coleman Galvin, the captain with Killeagh at that time, could only just cool down. He had plenty of time, but he hit it first time, and it bounced along in the mud and in the ground, and eventually was cleared out. Aidan Clifford back as far as Gerald Scully. Gerald Scully getting Killeagh into attack again. Ball bouncing out, but no, with the wind he can't judge it. It goes out to the right and it goes wide. In the first half, with this win, Delany Rovers put over 10 wides during the half. John Lehan taking a puck out, dropping away out around the middle. Got on by George Healy. Richard Hyde now trying to come away with it. Richard Hyde now moving on in here, trying to put pressure on Killeagh. Ken Delaney is going to get a score, but Michael Fury can't see where the ball is. It's down in the mud. You can see how deep down in it's gone. But Damien Irwin coming back very strong, trying to get it out. James Landers now. Michael Moore, or it's Richard Hyde putting on it. The ball is hopping dangerously around the square. But Damien Irwin picking it up to centre back and eventually relieving the danger for Killeagh. Ken Long this time out to Ken Kiley, but it doesn't go very far. Ken himself chasing after it. Gerald Scully tried to stop him, but Ken Kiley very strong in defence, centre defence as well. for Delany. He's getting that one out over, but eventually it goes out over the line. And both central defenders indeed, Ken Kiley for Delaney's and Damien Irwin for Killeagh, are very big, strong young lads indeed in this under-14 championship. As he fixes his boot over the far side of the field. Paddy Cronin waiting patiently, says, come on, we get on with the game. Paul Cummins eventually is ready, and now Paul will take the sideline. And Paul, another good long one, got out by Ian Clifford. Coming onto it now and getting it is Michael Morrissey. Michael Morrissey out as far as George Healy. George Healy sending in a nice attacking ball in, but it's broken down again around the middle, and eventually it's cleared out and away down here for Killeagh. Aidan O'Keefe can't get to that one. Back into Paul Corr, John Gearn it is. John Gearn now moving off here. John Gearn looking behind him, turns and takes a shot. He's dropped around the square. Oh, I got mixed up that time. That was Paul Cummins again. John Gearn is back in the square that time. Coming out to George Healy. George Healy now trying to get going again. George starting very well in the second half. Gets into Delaney's, and Delaney's with his wind against him are playing very strong and putting a lot of pressure on the Killeagh backline at the moment. Tom Tracy running onto this. Oh, it's the ball again down the one. They couldn't get it, and it's Conor Donlan who clears it out for Delany Rovers. Added on to a little bit further, but now we're trying to find out where it comes. It comes to Tom Tracy again. Tom Tracy sending this one into attack. Conor Donlan again coming out with us. Shot is blocked down by Aidan O'Keefe, but he gets to it a second time and it comes over the side. Paul Cummins seems to have plenty of time, picks it up very nicely and gives a good long ball down. Damien Irwin getting it out. Aidan O'Keefe with Alan Buck. Aidan O'Keefe getting it away a little bit further. Ken Kiley getting the Hurley out, sticking it out and breaks it down, but his shot is very, very short. Frankly, he's trying to get into him. Tom Tracy there as well, and it's gone on a little bit further by Larry McCarthy, but back out again by Delaney's. And this ball really moving very, very short, not very far. Gerald Scully sends a nice long high ball and a lovely point. 5 minutes in the second half gone, and Killeagh gets their first goal of the game. A very nice point from about 55 metres out by Gerald Scully, the number 15, who's come out to centre field for Killeagh, and that was really, now can Killeagh get back down into it. Remember, there's still 2 goals and a point down. We were finding the wrong people with the ball there for a minute, but now it's back over to pass again. Tom Tracy takes another shot, but this time it's gone out to the right and wide. 2 goals and 2 points to Delaney's, 1 point to Killeagh. Just over 5 minutes of the second half gone. John Lehan getting the ball to take the puck out. John, who brought off 1 or 2 very nice saves in the first half indeed, as did his opposite number, Adrian Budds, in the Killeagh goals. Dropping out here between Alan Buck and Aidan O'Keefe. Paul Cummins again back helping out. Paul Cummins, lovely nice little sidestep there by Paul Cummins, now he's sorting away. Paul Cummins making a lot of ground, a lot of move here. For Delaney, he's getting away from Franklin here after this shot is half knocked down, and Damien Irwin picking it up, and Damien Irwin clearing it out for Killeagh. Aidan O'Keefe getting it on a little bit. Ken Kiley for Delaney's. And this game really is very good, very exciting. As I said, the conditions are so terrible for those players out there. As Dinasicki's shot is half cleared down, but Damien Irwin again coming out, and Damien, a nice low clear shot, clears it away down to the middle of the field. Ken Long getting it back a little bit further. Aidan O'Keefe now seems to have plenty of time, but he was very slow, but he still got his shot in. Stopping down was down to the Constable, getting away out to the far side. Coming away with it as Tim Scanlon clearing it in, and now Killeagh get something out of this one. Corbin Motorway trying to get it in, but Conor Donlan back helping out, and the ball goes to the far side. A nice little drop shot in, but it's broken down again and cleared out by Kieran Leslie. Out as far as Riley to George Healy. George Healy's shot is blocked down. Paul Cummins getting it on in. Damien Irwin coming out, clearing it and picking it up and sending a lovely attacking ball in, and it's going out to the right and wide. And you can see the way the wind can carry that ball if the players get a good strike of it. And now Killeagh starting to put a lot of balls out to the right, and again, like Delany's in the first half, these could be costly. Aidan O'Keefe getting it back in. Coleman Galvin has in his hand. What can he do with it? Gets across fast. Coleman Motorway. Coleman Motorway can't do much with Coleman Galvin again. Danger around the square here. Coming over is Conor Donald, the fullback. Conor Donald hitting it along the ground and clearing out here. Now it's Paul Cummins. And just look at that player. They're running into work ready, putting in this match. Ball coming up here underneath us. It's gone out over the line. It's a line ball. Michael Morrissey down there waiting to take it. The linesman says the ball is going the other way. And he sent him, will he keep back out of the way? And he's probably right. Timmy Scanlon to take it. Tom Tracy, not as Gerald Scully again. Chance here now is coming out with Coleman Galvin. Touch it off the holding of Kinlong, doubling on to get it back out. Into Gerald Scully again. Gerald got a lovely point. Well, go. Can he get another one here? Breaks it down. Tries to pick it up. There's no head for him. There's 3 Delany men around him. And now coming out is Coleman Galvin. Ken Kiley coming out here to couldn't put on the pressure and keep it going. Ken Kiley getting it out for Delany's short one. Out as far as Timmy Scanlon. Timmy Scanlon turns and takes a high looking ball. Brought inside. Oh! Drops out of the head. Coleman Galvin inside there, he just couldn't get it. Ball bounced badly for him, and it's the second time that Coleman Galvin was in a situation. If the ball bounced right, he might have had a score, but it went out off of the goalkeeper John Lehan, and it's another 65 to Killeagh. Remember, Killeagh, this is their third 65 of the game, but there's still only 1 point to the scoreboard, and 9 minutes gone in this second half. Can Damien Irwin get a score from this? Damien hits it high, it's going out to the right and wide. But this went really very strong, driving the taking the ball away with it, and that time it went out to the right and wide. But Coleman Galvin, the captain there, on full forward for Killeagh, it's just a little break of the ball there, and it could have been very, very dangerous for the Delany's indeed. Tom Tracy can't get to it. George Healy does. Comes out as fast as Frank Leahy. Frank Leahy has in his hand. Frank Leahy turning, making over himself, gets a nice ball into attack. Coleman Motorway drops it to Tom Tracy, but Conor Donald getting it back out again for Delany's. Way out to the far side. Coming on now is George Healy, and George Healy clearing it a bit further for Delany's. On to by Richard Hyde. Now it's Michael Morrissey. The ball is sticking all the time. It's a bit hard on these young players. And now coming on into attack again is the number 14, John Gearan. John Gearan, look at it's down and way down inside in the mud, but eventually he gets it and gets it in very close to the end line. Michael Fury, the fullback, coming out, picking it up, hitting it very low along the ground, very close side. Dennis Hickey tried to head onto it. It hasn't gone out yet. All the players thought the ball had gone out that time, but it still hasn't gone out. As Dennis Hickey tripped, fell or stumbled, or it's not, it's the other halfback actually. It's Aidan Clifford, tripped or fell that time out over the line, and it's a line ball to Killeagh. Not too sure what's happening at the moment. Eventually it's Damien Irwin coming off to take it. The sun coming in a little bit from the bottom side of the field. Tommy Seawer there trying to tell him to fix the ball, and again is a ball or mud was travelling along the ground. This time it's gone out and it's line ball to Delany's. George Hill there has a little word for Timmy Scanlon. Paul Cummins takes this line ball, and Paul Cummins takes excellent in the game so far. And the ball breaking around the square. John Gearan trying to get it in, cleared out by Dennis Hickey. Coming out now as far as Gerald Scully, and Gerald Scully playing very well into the field since he came out. And Block trying to get to it. Timmy Scanlon has it now. Timmy Scanlon trying to move away with it, and Timmy trying to get Killeagh into attack. Got out by Ken Kiley. Nicely hooked there by George Healy, I should say, on Gerald Scully, and George coming away and sends a long ball in, dropping on the square. John Gearan trying to get to it. John Gearan can't. No, over with him is Conor Lynch. John Gearan trying to pick it up. Conor Lynch trying to watch him. Oh, I think Conor Lynch got a stab in the face. It's back around the square. James Banner trying to get it out. Danger here for Killeagh. Ball is bouncing ball has gone out to the right and wide. And Delaney's really putting on pressure now on Killeagh there. That one goes out to the right and wide. I think Conor Lynch there, Paddy Cronin is having a look at him. I think Conor got a little slap in the face that time as the Hurley ran up. He's one, caught him in the face. Michael Fury waiting to take the puck out. And with this wind, he should drop this ball way out. This is the first white ball that the Danes have had in the second half, and it drops it way out, about 70-80 metres out. Added on to by Tom Tracy. Coming on to now, taking the shot into Coleman Galvin. He takes the shot. It's a nice point. Very nice point there by Coleman Galvin. And now we have 13 minutes of the second half gone. And 2 goals between the teams. Killeagh have got 2 points in the second half. Delany Rovers, 2 goals, 2 points in the first half. So the 2 goals still between the teams. Gone in a little bit further by Larry McCarthy. Coleman Galvin, oh, a nice play, and this ball bouncing across the square. Going on after Tom Tracy. Tom Tracy gets it back again, but John Lehan sees it, and John Lehan getting it out. Only fast. Tom Tracy pulled on by Coleman Motherway, but it couldn't get it in. Now Larry McCarthy here trying to get it. Carrying out his Alan Buck for the Delaney's. Out as far as Aidan O'Keefe. Aidan O'Keefe turns and takes it, tap, shot it, bouncing around the square. Coleman Motherway too short, can't get up to it, and it goes out to the right and wide. 14 minutes gone in the second half, and 2 goals still between the teams. Delaney's, can they still hold out? Can they keep Killeagh out, or can Killeagh get back in? 16 minutes roughly for them to do it. Doubled on there by George Mealy, going to be out from the far side. Damien now went over there, and with him is Michael Morrissey. Michael Morrissey beats him this time, takes it off him. Inside him is Richard Hyde, but it's dropped again, and now it's kicked on over as far as Frank Leahy. Frank Leahy pulling wide, but George Healy getting it back, and George Healy taking it off him, and George Healy picking it up and moving away now. George Healy, oh, very nice player indeed. Knew he'd be hooked and kicked this one up into the field. Coming back and trying to get it is Michael Valley. Michael Valley with James Landers. James Landers pulling very hard, but Michael Valley winning it and getting it in a bit further. George Healy again turning up for it. Out to Paul Cummins. Oh, Paul Cummins picks that one up very nice for the James Landers and gets his shot in, but it's going down towards the right. Doubled on by John Gearan. Misses it. John Gearan still trying to kick it and hit it. James Landers now. The referee comes in and has a word with John Gearan and says, stop this, and it's a free out. But really, this is only the 5th free really in this game. It's a very good, clean, hard fought, and very sporting game. Michael Fury to take a free. Michael dropping it out about the 60-metre line. Coming on to now is Damien Irwin. Damien Irwin should drive this one way into attack. He does it, dropping out towards the right and wide. It's not, it's gone in. I thought that one was gone out, but it did not do it. Carried it in, and it's another point to Killeagh. And now we have 3 points, only a goal, 2 points between the teams, but that one really, from the centre back Damien Irwin, must really lift Killeagh now. 16 minutes of the game gone, less than a quarter to go. Thomas Tracy over the far side. Thomas Tracy with 3 Delaney players around him, and coming in to help out is Timothy Scanlon. Timmy Scanlon's shot is going very close to the inline. Kicking it out at Raymond Hackett. Ken Long can't get to it, and it comes to Frank Leahy. Frank Leahy getting it in out as well as Coleman Galvin. Coleman Galvin trying to sport his way through, kicked it on in, it's been kicked out by Alan, walked away out to the far side. And a lot of kicking by these players when they did have been hooked. And Ken Long getting it, and his shot is very short. Coleman Motherway trying to get it in, the referee blows the whistle and was a free. I think he said that Coleman pulled 2 ways that time. Ken Coyle is taking it and continuing out. And here is Aidan Clifford turning and taking a lovely shot, and a lovely point by the half-back, and 2 of the half-backs know how to get his scores in the past couple of minutes. Damien Irwin, the centre half-back, and that time it was the right half-back, Aidan Clifford, and nothing over. So in 2 minutes, 2 half-backs got a score for Killeagh, and now the crowd will begin to rise up to these teams. back, or can Delany's hold out? Double down and away over to George Scully. Ronnie's got it in Friday, and now Delaney's going to run it for the second half. Dropping around the middle, Aidan O'Keefe coming to it. Aidan with plenty of time, turns, looks, and takes a shot, and sends Killeagh back into attack again. Tom Tracy can't get to it. Coleman Galvin can't even. It goes over to Tim Scanlon. Tim Scanlon's shot goes way over towards the right. Raymond Hackett and Coleman more way over there trying to get it. Coleman gets his shot in and comes along the ground. Conor O'Donnell, the fullback, getting it out, but Delaney's but not very far. Conor O'Donnell with Timmy Scanlon. Coleman Galvin trying to root it through, but Conor O'Donnell coming out, kicking it. When it comes out fast, Tom Tracy takes a shot. Now Timmy Scanlon, his shot is blocked down. Comes to Coleman Galvin, he kicks it in, but it goes out again to the right and wide. And we have 18 minutes gone in the second half. 12 minutes to go. Which one of these teams can bring the trophy back home to their division? Killeagh now putting a lot of pressure on Delaney's, but can they hold out? It's a throw-in ball on the far side between Aidan Clifford and George Healy. The referee saying move back a little bit, give the linesman room to throw it in. Ball bounces back and it's Aidan Clifford who gets it. Way very close along the far side. Tom Tracy trying to tap it back as far as Timmy Scanlon, he does. Timmy now getting the ball in on the ground. Coleman Galvin trying to go on as well. Raymond Hackett back there. Coming back to help out is Paul Cummins, and a lot of very tough hard punting now. It comes across over the side over here as far as Gerald Scully. Gerald Scully turns and takes a lovely look at shot and looks as if it's going over. But next time it is right and wide. So now that's Killeagh 7 wide in the game. They need to defend the level. O'Keefe. Just Paul Cummins picking that one up, but he doesn't get it very far. Frankly, he jumps over it, and eventually it's still Gerald Scully and Paul Cummins putting it. Alan Buck now, the half-back, getting it away from the ladies. Very close to the line. You can see the front there saying, come on. But the referee says that Damien Irwin was fouled, and it's a free out against the Killeagh. Damien with a very good long setting this one, dropping in around the square. Turn the hand in. Oh, it's gone in. And now we have a different game. 21 minutes gone, and I'm just not too sure who got it in. But it was Damien with a very good long setting this one, dropping in around the square. Turn the hand in. Oh, it's gone in. And now we have a different game. 21 minutes gone, and I'm just not too sure who got it in. But it was a high loft the ball in again for Damien Irwin, and the ball bounced. John Lehan, the goalkeeper, got to it, broke it out, but he couldn't keep it out. There was too many Killeagh forwards in on him, and it went into the back of the net. So now there's only a point between them. 1-4 to 2-2. And 7 minutes to go in this game. And when the Killeagh over there saying, come on, get up, it's okay, carry on. It's Tom Tracy, and I'm sure the man with him is Tracy. Kinlong to take the line ball, not a very good one. Very close still to the line, and Timmy Scanlon adding it on. Back to Kinlong again. Coming in here now, and Aidan Keefe going back, and Aidan Keefe getting on the ground. Alan Buck getting it a little bit further. Aidan Keefe again, whereas Paul Cummins coming in. Paul looks as if he's turning a little bit now. He's still picking that one up, he's still working very hard. He drops it, picks it, and plenty of time. His shot was well blocked out by Damien Irwin, and that's it. Paul Cummins looks like he's turning now. He has not time picking up his feet and his lead, but he's done such an immense amount of running in this game. And the crowd underneath us here are really getting excited at this stage. Point between the teams. The Killeagh subs, you can see them, they also are feeling the pressure as Timmy Scanlon comes to take the line ball. Timmy kicks it high way up into the air. Alan Buck getting it back out, coming very close to line again, and it's gone out again. It's another line ball to Killeagh. Point between them. Timmy Scanlon getting in, doubled down by Aidan O'Keefe. Frankly, he can't get it. And it comes off to George Healy. George Healy getting it out, going as far as
The half-back Aidan Clifford. Broken down by Conor Donlan, and George Healy's shot is also blocked down. He gets it in the second attempt though. Here comes out as far as Timmy Scanlon. And this game is really very exciting as that shot runs through all the players and out to the right and wide. 1 point between them. It's 6, what did I make it? About 8 minutes to go in the half. Tom Tracy over the far side to pick it up. Raymond Hackett tries to kick it and fails to do so, but eventually it's Ken Long who gets it out. Ken Kiley trying to clear it. Paul Cummins back again, helping out his defence. Well enough by Aidan O'Keefe. Paul Cummins coming away out here with us. Oh, nice solo run by Paul Cummins. Paul Cummins, as I said, while ago, seemed to be getting tired, but he got another spot of energy there and got it back in attack. Michael Fury clearing it back out for Killeagh. Coming over as far as Gerald Scully, but he couldn't control it, and eventually the ball coming out here, out of the line. It's a long ball against the game. And the support really very loud and very strong down here now at the moment. To take it. Allen's shot rolling along the ground, doubled down by Paul Cummins. Back out by Dennis Hickey, and Dennis getting it just a little bit. Ball eventually gone out of the line, and it's a line ball to Killeagh. Damien Irwin takes it. Again, it's Paul Cummins, and Paul Cummins' shot is half knocked down, but he still sends it in. Aidan Clifford or Dennis Hickey trying to get to it. Michael Fury, inside there is Gerard O'Mahony, and got out by Conor Lynch, but not very far now. It's coming back in around the square here. Conor Lynch racing out after it, also racing out there is Richard Hyde, and it's a race on for the ball. Richard Hyde getting to it first, getting it up into his hand, drops it and hits it along the ground. James Landers was with him, but he couldn't stop getting it, and it comes in as far as Dennis Hickey. John Guerin takes a shot, it's danger here, it's on the square, but Damien now went back to control it. Coming out now, and again Paul Cummins trying to get it in. Damien Irwin still back there. Oh, he's trying to pick it up, but no player came to him. He got plenty of time, and eventually gets it out here, out to the side. Alan Buck can't get it, frankly he does. Ball around the middle of the field. Ken Kiley goes back and tries to pick it up. He eventually has it in his hand now, and he gets a little tip pass on in as far as George Healy. Runs after it himself, and the ball held inside in the mud again. You can see it down deep inside, and the players are swinging the hollies everywhere. Gerald Scully, who made a big difference to Killeagh when he came out in the centre field, sending this ball down to attack. Ken Long now with Tom Tracy, but it goes as far as Aidan Clifford. He can't get it, and eventually it's Michael Morrissey who does. Paul Cummins. Paul Cummins' shot is knocked down, and Damien Martin clearing it out for Killeagh. Oh, tremendous excitement here on Cork. 1 point between the teams. Killeagh no score in the first half, and so far in the second half, Delany Rovers have had no score, and there's still just 1 point between them. 2-2 to 1-4. Killeagh can take the side ball for Delany. I make it about 5 minutes to go in this game. Double by George Healy. Damien Irwin shot his half knocked, he comes after himself, but it's got away by Ken Kiley, and Ken Delany's come get a score. Gerald Scully back again, and Gerald Scully helping out his defence and clearing this one out. It drops down around the middle. Now Damien Irwin going out, trying to get something going for Killeagh. They're really searching to get the equaliser. Frankly, he's doubling on it, but standing on it was George Healy, and now comes to Timmy Scanlon. George Healy trying to get away, Gerald Scully with him. George Healy trying to pick it up, he can't do so, but he still gets it on it long enough. Michael Morrissey tries to get up, but now comes to Richard Hyde. Richard Hyde totally away, and now Killeagh really has stuck to him at this stage. Aidan Clifford that time upset him, got him by Gerard O'Mahony. Ball breaking around, I'm not too sure where it's going at the moment. James Lander gets out a little bit. Gerard O'Mahony back in another little bit. Into Michael Barry for Delany, and this Delany's putting under pressure now. Remember, Delany by a point, and only about 4 minutes to go in this game. Comes out the shot that's dropping dangerous in around the square, but it seems to be gone out to the left, and it's gone wide. And that would have been a very important score for Delany. 4 minutes to go, and put all the pressure on. So Killeagh still have a chance. About 3 minutes to go in this game, 1 point between the teams. And this time Damien Irwin shot himself, there's a free down. about 10 more metres back. And this one is out, I'd say about 60 metres out from the Delaney's goal. Can Damien equalise with this one? He hits it, a high ball, it's dropping in, it's dropping. Oh, what a lovely point! Oh, really, a beautiful point about 60 metres out, and now the scores are level. 1-5 to Delaney's. Two points to Delaney's, 1-5 to Killeagh. About 2 minutes to go in this game. That's two really lovely points by the centre-back Damien Irwin indeed. Two beautiful points, and now the scores are level. I thought that Killeagh would never get up and get it there for a while. I thought that Delany seemed to be putting on the pressure in the last couple of minutes, which meant that Killeagh were under so much pressure they weren't getting a chance to attack themselves. But that time, Damien Martin, when he was breaking away, his jersey was close, and he made no mistake. He dropped it straight over the ball, and the team's not tied up. One nice line and cut down by Ken Long. Now a chance here for Delany to get the ball. Can Delany get the win on the last 2 seconds? Getting it out is Dennisicki. Paul Cummins. The man here for Delany is coming through. Paul Cummins, can he get a score out this one? Out in his left is Gerald O'Mahony. He hits it onto himself, but he overruns it. The ball sticks in the mud, and Gerald Scully coming across now. But Gerald Scully is knocked off by John Kieran. John Kieran has a chance here to get the point. It drops in, dropped and Michael Fury. But Tim Carter couldn't get it. Paul Cummins hits it, but Paul Cummins' shot goes out to the right hand wide. Oh, Kenneth living so dangerously. About a minute and a half to go in this game. And the supporters really excited here at the moment. Ball poked out, dropped around the middle. Damien Irwin, George Healy getting it out to Ken Kiley getting away. Three very good strong players there together. Coming onto it now is Michael Morrissey. And with him is Dennis Hickey, but Michael gets his shot in. John Kieran gets on a bit further, and Delaney still come looking for the winner. Gerald Scully back, helping out now in defence. As I said, Gerald Scully playing very well out of midfield. He came out to George Healy. Ball, George is on the ball, on the ground. Referee says get up, and he'll throw in the ball. George Healy and Timmy Scanlon in there together. Referee says let's go out of the way. Ball bouncing around as George Healy gets it on in. Dennis Hickey kicking in and trying to anywhere at all to get it out now. With about a minute to go. Back helping out is Aidan O'Keefe. Now it's Killeagh coming back to try and get the winner. And can Killeagh get down here? Damien Irwin trying to get down for it. Going out to Tom Tracy. Referee has called it. Yes, the time is over. And it's a draw game here in Cove. And what an excitement in the last few minutes. Really and truly, any one of the teams could have went up and got a score. But I think that it is the nearest chance of getting it. That last attack they had there when Paul Cummins put it out. But what a match that young boy played. An excellent player indeed. Damien Irwin took two beautiful points. Really and truly, exceptionally good points for an under-14 player. And I think Paddy Cronin says that at the end of this day, it's probably a fair result. Because with the conditions, the very heavy ground, very lot of potholes in it, very strong wind, both teams were played exceptionally good hurling. In the first half, Delaney's picking off their scores, getting 2 goals and 2 points. And in the second half, some very nice points by the Killeagh people indeed, put them up, and that was a draw game. As the gentleman here changes into his welting boots again, because mucky conditions. But as I said, Killeagh got up, and very nice points. Scored one score, the first one by Gerald Scully, who played exceptionally well at centre field when he came out, and definitely made a difference to the Killeagh team. As we look around here at the crowd, and a lot of talking points here. A lot of saying, if we did this, if we did that, but always, and that what a good game is all about. All the little controversies about things that could have happened and should have happened. But these two teams must meet again. Delany Rovers, the city, and there I see one of the Delany Rovers junior players there. I can't think of his name. He's played centre back for them. And the trophy has been carried away, brought back again for another day. As the Killeagh players are down there having a chat. They were thinking of playing extra time, I think, but they changed their mind. They said they'll come back and play another day. Because really and truly, these players must be very tired. As I said, there towards the end of that second half, Paul Cummins looked very tired after all the running. And in these conditions, it really wouldn't be fair to expect these under-14 players to play extra time. So they're taking the trophy away, and they'll be back another day with it again. But I hope these two teams will serve up the same exciting kind of game as they served up to us today. So everybody can go back home and get ready to come down here from East Cork and from the city to look at another exciting game between Delany Rovers and Killeagh. Delany Rovers have been award sent from out there. And the ladies, mothers, probably sisters, all getting ready to go home as well. But here it is, if that ball went here and if that ball went there, that's the discussions that go on. But as I said, Gerald Scully, very nice point in the start of the second half, set Killeagh back on the road back to this one. And into 28 minutes, a fantastic point by Damien Irwin, the centre back, putting it over the bar from at least 60 metres out. That drew, dropping on his gear, put on the side, and got, it comes off the crossbar back into play, and back up by Adrian Budds. And that sideline cut it, dropping on his gear, put on the side, and got, it comes off the crossbar back into play, and back up by Adrian Budds. And Coleman Galvin, Charles breaking on the square, double on there, trying to get in, Coleman Murray with the corner back, Raymond Hackett getting it away with him, putting him under pressure. David Irwin sending this one high, is swinging out towards the left, trying to keep it in over there. Is the corner forward. Gerald Scully comes across again out to Coleman Murray, takes a shot, but it's breaking. Paul Cummins watches it bounce out, and they can't get it. There's a chance here for Coleman Galvin, and Coleman's shot, but Tom Tracy is inside before the ball, and it's a free out. And there's also a fair amount of skill between them. Paul Cummins getting this one in, dropping it in, trying to get Delany's moving in attack, coming out, and a nice shot in, but it's blocked down the side by Michael Fiore. The ball breaking around the square, coming on as Richard Hyde, what a lovely save inside. Great save inside there by Adrian Budds. Richard Hyde hitting him, the captain of the Cork Camogie team who won the All-Ireland this year. This ball breaking around the square. Danger here that comes out as far as the foot forward, and it's gone out to the right and wide. Dropping about 40 metres out. Gerald Scully, number 15 for Killeagh. See how far back he is helping out. Michael Marcy coming in here. There's one in! Oh, very nice. Michael Marcy tapped it in, and that time Gerald O'Mahony just gave it a little flick, and Adrian Budds inside had no hope whatsoever as he gets his shot in and clearing it out for the ladies. And that one an attacking shot, that is indeed. Ball breaking across the middle. Damien Irwin getting it. Damien Irwin trying to pass out to Michael Fiore. He fails to do so. It bounces off a corner, then she can't see the ball's going in. Adrian Budds has in his hand. Adrian Budds coming out, clearing it away out to this side. Very interesting around the square. This one is the lower one. Grabbed outside by Richard High or George Healy. George Healy turns and takes a shot. It's broken down. It's doubled down by John Gay, and it's in the net. In this first half, no. Delany's, lovely shot there by Paul Cummins, and it looks very nice. It is indeed. And within a minute, Delany's have got a golden point. And now maybe they're going to put the pressure on you, trying to come on here, getting away from Ken Long. Thomas Tracy getting the ball there. It's coming in. Well, inside is the goalkeeper, John Lehan. John Lehan seeing it all the way, judging it, sending it out to this side of the field, down the hole, and trying to pick it up was Raymond Hackett, but in that hole he couldn't see it, and it goes back to Tom Tracy again. Tom Tracy comes in, John Lehan breaks it down, it runs across the goal mouth, coming onto his Coleman Galvin, but Coleman can't get to it. Damien sending this one high in, it's dropping around the square again. Countdown can't get, John Lehan gets out a little bit, a lot of hard putting inside. Ken Killeagh gets out, back in by Aidan O'Keefe, back out by Paul Cummins, and Paul Cummins back there again helping out his defence. I should say, tries to get to it, coming out to Frank Lee can't pick it the first time, he goes back, can he get a point from this one? He drops it, it's dropping out to the right, it still hasn't gone out, has it? Coleman Motherway has it in his hand, and Coleman gets it back across the square. Can Killeagh get something from this one? Oh, lovely catching and lovely holding there by Conor O'Donnell, and Conor O'Donnell, the fullback, to attack now. Michael Barry getting this one across the square. Chance here for Gerald O'Mahony. Coming out with Adrian Budds, and Adrian Budds gets it out. And Michael Fiore now kicking out a bit, but it's back in again. The danger's still not over. Damien Irwin trying to get it out. Trying to get it in is Richard Hyde, and Michael Fiore coming back. Michael Fiore bringing it away out here to the right-hand side of the field. Coming back to Ken Killeagh again, and Ken Killeagh, even though his shot is half blocked out, gets a good long in. Into John Gale. John Gale comes here. Oh, he misses the first time. He picked it very nicely. A danger here for Killeagh. John Gale comes through. John Gale's shot goes over there. Timmy Scanlon getting it on for Killeagh. Danger here, the ball breaks here. Coleman Galvin, the ball hopping around the square, can they get it in? But John Lehan seeing it and reading it and clearing it away out to the far side of the field, trying to get it out. James Landers now. Michael Moore, or it's Richard Hyde putting on it. The ball is hopping dangerously around the square. With Damien Irwin picking it up to centre back and eventually relieving the danger for Killeagh. This ball really moving very, very short, not very far. Gerald Scully sends a nice long high ball and a lovely point. Tracy, not as Gerald Scully again. Chance here now is coming out with Coleman Galvin. Touch it off the Holly of Kinlong, doubling on to get it back out. Into Gerald Scully again. Gerald got a lovely point where to go. Can he get another one here? Breaks it down, tries to pick it up. There's no help for him. There's 3 Delany men around him. And now coming out Coleman Galvin. Ken Killeagh coming out here to couldn't put on the pressure and keep it going. Ken Killeagh getting it out for Delaney's one. Out as far as Timmy Scanlon. Timmy Scanlon turns and takes a high looking ball, brought inside. Oh, it drops out of the head. Coleman Galvin inside there, he just couldn't get it. By George Healy I should say, on George Scully. And George coming away and sends a long ball in, dropping on the square. John Gearan trying to get to it. John Gearan can't. No, over with him is Conor Lynch. John Gearan trying to pick it up. Conor Lynch trying to watch him. Oh, I think Conor Lynch got a stab in the face. It's back around the square. James Landers trying to get it out. Danger here for Killeagh. The ball is bouncing on. It's still not get out. James Landers trying to get it out of it eventually. Ball is stretching wide. Coming out from Damien Irwin, but the ball has gone out to the right and wide. They've had the second half, and it drops away out about 70-80 metres out. And knocked by Tom Tracy. Coming out to now, taking the shot is to Coleman Galvin. He takes a shot. It's a nice. Michael dropped it out about the 60-metre line. Damien Irwin should drive this one way into attack. He does it, dropping out towards the right and wide. It's gone in. Ken Killeagh taking it and hitting it out. And here is Aidan Clifford turning and taking a lovely shot. And a lovely point by the halfback. And 2 of the halfbacks know how to get his scores in the past couple of minutes. Damien with a very good long setting this one, dropping it around the square. Can he hand it in? Oh, it's gone in! And now we have a different game. Irwin takes it. Again, it's Paul Cummins. And Paul Cummins' shot is half blocked down, but he still sends it in. Aidan Clifford or Delany trying to get to it. Michael Fury, inside there is Gerard O'Mahony, got out by Conor Lynch, but not very far now. It's coming back in around the square here. Conor Lynch racing out after it. Also racing out there is Richard Hyde, and it's a race on for the ball. Richard Hyde getting to it first, getting it up into his hand, drops it and hits it along the ground. James Landers was with him, but he couldn't stop getting it, and it comes in as far as Delany. John Gearan takes a shot. It's danger here. It's on the square, but Damien now went back to control it. Coming out now, and again Paul Cummins trying to get it in. Damien Irwin still back there. Oh, he's trying to pick it up, but no player came to him. He got plenty of time, and eventually cleared it out here. Again, 1 point between the teams. And can Damien equalise with this one? He hits it, a high ball. It's dropping in. It's dropping. Oh, what a lovely point! The gentleman here with the Delaney is coming through. Paul Cummins, can he get a score out of this one? Out in his left is Gerard O'Mahony. He hits it onto himself, but he overruns it. The ball sticks in the mud, and Gerald Scully coming across now. But Gerald Scully is knocked off it by John Gearan. John Gearan has a chance here to get the point. It drops in. Oh, dropped off the hand of Michael Fury. But Tim Carter couldn't get it. Paul Cummins hits it, but Paul Cummins' shot goes out to the right hand wide.